Hello guys, and welcome back to EME TV. Now today, by the way, how are you rating the bald look? Anyway, in this video I'll be talking about why I feel like this Focus has been one of the biggest bargains I'll probably be able to grab from an auction. So let's get into it.
If you're out here getting this one, then this one's for you.
So yes, hello guys, thanks a lot for tuning in again. Today I'm giving you guys an update on this Focus that I obviously bought in the previous video. Now this Focus arrived a couple days, about 4 days ago now. Been with my mechanic. The only thing that obviously we spoke about in the video was around the back bumper, which is here. Now what was going to be the most significant thing was that if there were any other problems besides the bumper that we'd obviously seen in the pictures was broken. Now coming around the car, before I actually talk into the bumper, because I actually want to ask you guys whether the bumper is in a good shape or not, if the job that I got was decent. It's obviously a, what is it, 2006, so that's what, 15 years old or so? Yeah, 15, 16 years old. I mean, my maths is a bit off, but yeah, quite old. So you've got, you know, a little chips in the paintwork here and there. It's very, very dirty, obviously due to the fact that all the car washes are currently closed. So I haven't come out in this sort of 0 to -2 degrees to come and get dirty and start scrubbing it. I might do, but only if the weather gets a bit better. Now coming round, those are the dinks that we obviously saw in the pictures as well. This bumper is a new bumper, but I had to get this bumper sprayed. Now this bumper was darker blue and I had to get it sprayed to obviously match the car. Bought it second hand. Now I don't know if you can see it properly on the camera, but how good of a job do you think that is? From far it looks all right. I mean, it doesn't look like the bumper's been sprayed, but from close up you can see some imperfections whereby it's a bit darker here, and this definitely doesn't sort of blend into this as nice as you probably want it to be. But it is a 2006 car, so in terms of the age, take a look from this angle, but in terms of the age, I still think it's all right and decent. This side is absolutely filthy. I haven't even driven this car off-road or anything. It's just been going around the corner to go to the shops and stuff. It came like this obviously from the yard, from the auction yard, and I haven't touched it at all. Yeah, not great. Coming to the inside, that floor mat is not in the best of shapes, but I've literally hoovered the inside, cleaned the inside as well. The inside did come cleaner than what normal cars from auction do come, but I thought I'd go around with antibacterial wipes and stuff and just, you know, wipe it down, especially if I'm going to be doing a little drive in it to make sure it's all right. I'll do a little 50 miles or so stress test to make sure that nothing's wrong with it, and so on and so forth. So the insides are, I mean, come round to the back. Obviously the seat belts are all tucked in. Nobody sat back here yet. That's all done because it's just gone through its MOT and passed. And one of the things that came up on the MOT in standard Focus tradition is corrosion. Corrosion is always a factor when buying Ford Focuses. It's one of the things that they all come with, you know, so always bear that in mind when you're buying a Focus. It always does. Let me not say always, but most of the time you may get issues on the MOT or further down the line due to corrosion. Anyway guys, let's go for a quick drive. As I said, I've driven it for about 20 miles now. Nothing's really come up, and I like to drive the cars for around 40 to 50 miles just to make sure that there's nothing wrong. And after that I'll obviously push it on to try and sell it, knowing that I've done my best from my point of view. It is going to be a cheap car anyway, under £1,000, but I do want to talk about buying from auction and things that I'm very curious of, because I know, and you guys let me know as well, what do you guys look for when you're buying from auction? Auction is a very, very, very stressful thing, and a very, very, very tricky thing as well to try and get right. I'm very, very new to the game. I say game. I bought this. At the moment, it seems like there's nothing wrong. Anything can come up in the next 30 to 40 miles, depending on how long I drive it and how long it takes to sell. So let's go for a drive and let's talk a bit about that as well. All right guys, so I've just realised that I've just recorded this whole video, and apparently, I don't know how, I forgot to press record. So sorry if this feels a bit rushed, but essentially yes. So I'm back in a Ford now anyway, and as I said, this has been an absolute touch for me. I haven't spent that much money. The car runs fine. As I said, I've run it obviously over 20 miles now. And everything seems to be good, in good condition. I'm about to get it serviced as well because it didn't come with any service history. Seems like, I mean, for when you buy cars from auction, it's very rare that you do get the service history with it, the booklets and so on. The 2 cars that I've bought so far, well, 2 cars I've put on my channel anyway, that I've bought from auction, haven't come with any sort of history and stuff. So all the history that is going to come with the car from now on is stuff that I've done. Now, in terms of how much I've paid and what I've done, so I paid £355 for the car from, like I said in the last video, from auction, from Copart. After that, I spent £100 to transport it to myself. I haven't got a truck that I can, you know, put the car back on, so I can't recover the car for myself by myself. So I have to obviously pay somebody in order to do that for me. That cost me £100. After that, I bought a new bumper, as we saw in the pictures before, the pictures that Copart provided to us. The car, you know, the bumper was broken, so I had to obviously get a new one. I bought a new one, and I got it sprayed due to the fact that the bumper that I got with the car was not, oh, we're about to go on a road wall right now. 1 second. Anyway, yeah, we're back. Yeah, so the bumper that I bought was not in colour. It was from a darker Ford Focus. Therefore, I had to get it sprayed as well. That cost me, I believe, about 55-ish pounds to get the bumper and to spray it, or 60 pounds, something along those lines. But all in all, I'm into the car right now for 545 pounds. Now, so when I do get it served, I'll be in it for around 600-ish, about 600 and something pounds. I don't know exactly, but I might put a figure on the screen anyway. As I've said, that is, for me, that's very, very good. I mean, when I see cars, especially how this was advertised on auction, being clean, all it looks like is there's a minor bump in the back. I mean, you always, for me anyway, I always think about the negative, the worst outcome, the worst possible outcome. What is the worst possible outcome that can happen from this? The worst possible outcome was probably me opening the bonnet and seeing that the gasket had gone, or, you know, the gearbox not working, or something along those lines. But that hasn't happened. It makes me question why cars like this are actually on auction. Or maybe I'm not thinking about it right, but a car with just a bit, you know, it looked like somebody either is coming to the back of the car, or had just, you know, gotten back. To be fair, the damage on the bumper was pretty significant. I shouldn't really shy away from that. But the car, in terms of the car being, I mean, this was actually a grab. I've paid £545 for a car that runs, drives completely fine. It's got 100,000 miles, no history granted, but there's no signs of anything else going wrong. I mean, I've shown you guys the bumper, so I mean, you can say for yourself whether you think that's a decent enough job. Maybe you don't think that's worth 500 and so pounds. Maybe you think it is because of the bumper. But hey ho, at the end of the day, that's all I've spent. And in this sort of, and as I said before, I don't know if I've touched on this. When I do get cars like this, and let me know what you guys think as well. Would you guys fix everything? Now, when I say everything, I mean, there might be something that I could get an extensive check on this car, which probably dealerships and stuff do, because they have their personal mechanics that work for them and so on. I'm just a guy that does it individually. I trade from home. I don't do it big scale as well. I'll make sure that I get relevant stuff taken care of. I make sure that major things are taken care of. Make sure that the gearbox is fine, the engine is good. I'll make sure that if there's no service history, I'll get the car serviced whilst it's in my possession, to give the owner, or the new customer, or the new owner, shall I say, make them feel a bit more at ease with the purchase, so they know that something may not go wrong in the next couple of months. But would you fix everything in this price range? Absolutely not. Minor things I wouldn't fix, because then you're just basically, it's supposed to be a business, right? You're supposed to try and make a business out of it. You're supposed to try and make money. You can't make money if you're fixing everything. And that's something that I've obviously learned, and therefore you can't please everybody. there's certain people that are in this price range of around £750 to £1,000, and they want to buy a car that's not going to give them problems for the next 10 years. Impossible. Impossible. But you come across those sort of people, and I've come across one person like that already. You know what, that story I might leave for another video. But yeah, guys, let me know what you do, and let me know what your tips are as well buying from auction. What do you guys look out for? Because obviously with me, I do it very low scale. I've started off with Vauxhalls, Fords, and you know, cars towards the lower scale, just to make sure that I sort of know what I'm looking for, learn it, experience it, know what to look out for. Because at this stage, I can't do sort of middle or high-end vehicles. I can't afford to lose 4K right now. There's no way, there's no chance. But I could afford to lose £400, so that's what I sort of try and play around with. But let me know, some of you may be doing it with higher end vehicles. Let me know what you look out for, how you guys try to find, and what sort of research you do before purchasing. I don't think I do enough research, but you know, I'll only leave that up to somebody. I can only sort of compare that to somebody somebody else who obviously does this as well, and depending on how much research they do will determine whether I'm doing it right or wrong. But without further ado, guys, as I'm rolling around in this Ford, thanks a lot for watching, guys. Stay tuned for more content, and keep liking the video because it helps the channel out a lot, and consider subscribing anyway if you haven't subscribed already. I mean, if you're this far into the video, which most of you probably aren't, I must have done something decent, so please consider subscribing, and follow me on Instagram, EME_TV. I'll probably be posting a bit more content on there before I put it on YouTube, possibly in the future, maybe. But thanks a lot for watching, guys, and I'm out. See you on the next one. Peace.
Mate, if you're out here getting this one, then this one's for you.